Howdy out there, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at Imprint's new Jim Sheridan bundle, 4 Irish films by the renowned Irish film director Jim Sheridan, who of course did My Left Foot, The Field, In the Name of the Father, and The Boxer. And this came as a part of the July bundle, which I think again is probably Imprint's best to date, at least for my sensibilities. But this particular release is an interesting one in that I have not seen, up until just a couple nights ago, any of these films. And I'm a huge Daniel Day-Lewis fan. So, of course, when I saw this, I thought, I don't know how I had let 3 of these films completely go through my nets when I'm a big DDL appreciator. I mean, his work in There Will Be Blood is arguably some of the best acting ever put to film. I mean, he's just terrific in it, which also it's a fantastic movie as well. But in any case, Jim Sheridan, of course, did these 3 films with DDL, and then, of course, the 4th film, The Field, which has Richard Harris in it, and I believe he was nominated for Academy Award. And, you know, they all sort of obviously have sort of Irish stories. They're basically Irish storytelling. You know, at least 2 of the films, In the Name of the Father and The Boxer, are sort of they sort of fit, I think, arguably as a twofer. The Boxer almost feels like a sequel to In the Name of the Father, even though of course it's a different character, but it certainly has the same DNA in it. And then the other 2 films are just, you know, terrific narratives on their own. And so I'm looking forward to digging into the other 3 movies. I did actually pop into The Boxer and watch the first half hour, and I was impressed. And I just finished In the Name of the Father, and I loved it. Now, firstly, My Left Foot, I remember when this film was out and everyone raved about it. Again, I just haven't seen it. I'm going to get to it though, and I look forward to seeing what Daniel Day-Lewis did there in that movie. You know, Imprint, what I have done also is I've put all 4 films in to make sure they play, and they do. Of course, Imprint is just region free, even though they come out of Australia. And just, again, I'm a huge fan of what Imprint is doing in terms of their contribution to cinema curation and keeping classic and really interesting films and shows alive through their restoration and Blu-ray packaging. So again, In the Name of the Father is just a fantastic film about a true story about Jerry Conlon, I believe. Fascinating account. He was one of 4 people who was falsely accused of being involved with a pub bombing in the 70s and spent, I believe, 15 plus years in prison until he was finally released when they unearthed new evidence to show that the prosecution wasn't exactly above board when they were collecting their confessions. Then there's The Boxer, which again has DDL playing someone who had just gotten out of prison and had been associated with the IRA and appeared to just want to start anew. And it's set around the time of the, I believe around 1998, 97, when Tony Blair and the IRA brokered a peace deal. So it's an interesting sort of historical fiction account of that period. And then, of course, there's The Field, which is probably the poorest reviewed of all 4 films, although I say that with a grain of salt because I think universally everyone, of course, recognizes how great Richard Harris was in the film, John Hurt as well. But I think narratively, the consensus seems to be that it's the weakest of the 3 films. The other 3 are, you know, have fantastic ratings on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. So, you know, again, what I would say with Imprint is, you know, if you're looking for brand new 4K restorations from the original camera negative, look elsewhere. But what I do like about them is their transfers are usually pretty good. There's a couple in there that are a little bit dodgy. Just to name one, the Gambler, I think it is, with James Caan. I was pretty disappointed in that one. But universally, you know, their transfers are good. And their supplemental features, though, are terrific. They really provide some interesting material for cinephiles to dig into. You know, and if you're going to bother to buy something and put it on your shelf, I would hope that it's something that you have interest in seeing and want to dig into a little deeper. So again, on that note, I would just say that if you know, you haven't seen these films, I absolutely recommend that you do. I loved In the Name of the Father. I thought that in particular Pete Postlethwaite was just amazing in it as the father. Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, is great, and you know, he just nails his Irish accent. But what's really fascinating is just how damn good Pete Postlethwaite is. Just a terrific actor. May he rest in peace. You know, he was clearly up to the task of acting opposite Daniel Day-Lewis, who is arguably one of the greatest actors to ever work in the industry. So again, this box is terrific. I love this quote: give all the bad information up front and then try and make the story where I can elevate the spirit. And I think that that's a pretty apt description. Certainly how they presented In the Name of the Father was pretty on par with that statement, and it was a really uplifting final act. So on that note, I just hope everyone out there is well. Please do stay safe, be kind, and keep watching good cinema. Take care.